Hi! Hi, folks. Let's review today an article that appeared in the Dallas Morning News. See the commies in Beijing, China, the Middle Kingdom, why they're upset. And they're upset over those Tibetan monks in Tibet. How dare you set yourself ablaze? You see, monks, Tibetan monks, and Buddhist monks in Tibet have been setting themselves on fire in protest to the thug gangster regime. And the thug gangster regime is saying, what do you mean you're upset? Why do you have to be upset about? We put in high-speed trains, highways, infrastructure. Why all those Tibetans should be happy to be suppressed by the commies, so says they, and so is their thinking. But you see what the commies do not understand? You idiots are suppressing Tibetan culture, Tibetan language, and the Buddhist religion. The Tibetan people place that at a higher level than your high-speed trains, your super-duper highways, and your shopping malls. But you cannot comprehend that. They're not materialistic like the commies are. Gabish, you understand that? So in protest, the monks are setting themselves on fire. And the commie authorities are saying, why are you doing that? So in order to stop this from happening, rather than to lift the suppression of the Tibetan people, and rather than to try to understand what's going on, well, they're sending in more police, more military, to suppress you good folks in Tibet even further by suppressing the internet and other social media. But here's the best, well, I shouldn't say the best part, but here's the part that really gets me. Those people in Tibet who showed sympathy towards those burning monks disappeared. Yeah, they disappeared, folks. You see, because China, the Middle Kingdom, is also a magical kingdom. The commies make sure you participate in that magic by making you disappear. And that's how they're doing it. They're making the sympathizers disappear, and that should make everybody in Tibet feel comfortable with their commie gangster overlords in Beijing. What are you, stupid? You see how stupid it is to be a commie? Here's an interesting note. A neighboring nation to the Middle Kingdom, China, is a country called India, one of the largest democracies on the face of the earth population-wise. Wonderful people in India, except a small fraction, and we'll discuss them. They have something called Bollywood. Bollywood is their version of Hollywood, except Bollywood is not filled with filth and garbage like Hollywood. Bollywood is patriotic to India, not like Hollywood that's unpatriotic towards the United States. Well, they got a movie coming out called Rockstar. And the commie authorities, thugs, gangsters in Beijing said to them, why, there's a portion of that movie, you need to remove it or blow it out somehow. And you know what that was? The Tibetan flag. A portion of the movie shows, in a small scene, the Tibetan flag. So the Indian authorities, a governmental agency that oversees Bollywood and the movies that come out, issued an order to Rockstar, you need to pixelate or blow out the Tibetan flag. You see, that agency in India, you gave in to the commie thug gangsters in Beijing. And the rest of the world, we all thought if there was one nation on this planet that would stand up to the commies, it was India. But sorry, your government agency there just submitted. They gave in. They acquiesced to the commie authorities. That's what they did, kids. So now, removing the Tibetan flag, was that going to help? Once again, the commies have shown that they're afraid of religion, and now they're afraid of a flag. They feared the flag, so says they. And the only reason why they fear a flag and a religion, because it's illegitimate, because it's ill-secure, the government that is there. So now some of you commies are going to leave comments and say, why, you American bum? We'll give Tibet back when you give the Native Americans back their lands. First of all, I'm not saying Tibet should be free. That's another discussion, another video. I'm saying you should stop suppressing the culture, the religion, and their language. But let's talk about this Native American and the land swap. Okay, that's a good idea. We'll give back all of America to the Native Americans after you give Tibet back to the Tibetans, you give Xinjiang back to the Uyghurs, and you give the Middle Kingdom, China, back to Shanghai Shek. Once that's all accomplished, we'll give the lands back to the Native Americans. But here's the difference, folks. Hundreds of thousands of Tibetans have fled the Middle Kingdom, China, because of the suppression, currently living outside of China. How many Native Americans currently are living outside of America because of American suppression of Native American culture currently? How many, eh? There's a big difference there. All right, folks. If you get the opportunity to display the Tibetan flag, do it, because they fear it in Beijing. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the nation you happen to be in. And God bless those poor people in Tibet having to put up with that gangster, illegitimate thug government. And no matter what religion you are, please pray for the Tibetan people. We'll see you, folks.